Chapter 1. Reginald Westgate. The streetcar screeched to a halt. I hopped off at Ivor Avenue and looked up at the lighted Karwenga building. People were still there. I went up to the 6th floor and found 615. Reginald Westgate, Criminal and Civil Investigations, Hempstead 75537, was painted on the backlit pebbled glass door. A buzzer sounded when I went in. I found myself in a small waiting area. Private was painted on a nearby door. That door opened. My brother, Lars, stuck his head out. He seemed puzzled to see me. Loris? I've been meaning to come see you for years, I said, shaking Lars's hand. Now, I finally have. Have you come all the way from London? No, I flew in from New York. I followed Lars into his private office. He sat at his desk, and I sat on the customer side of the desk. I'm delighted to see you, said Lars. I've missed you terribly. The California sunshine has done wonders to your complexion. Oh, I feel well. Lars took a bottle of something called Old Forester out of a drawer and filled 2 glasses. You no longer drink Johnny Walker, I said, pointing to the half-empty bottle. I'm partial to the taste of Kentucky bourbon these days. The man who occupied this office before me kept bottles of it hidden in the filing cabinets. No pipe? I pointed to a pack of Camel cigarettes on the desk, near a filled ashtray. I'm more American than British these days, said Lars, removing a cigarette from the package. I took a drink. I wasn't used to such a harsh-tasting whiskey, but it seemed to go well with the atmosphere of the dark and dingy office. How did you come by the name Reginald Westgate? I asked, setting down my glass. The real Reginald Westgate died in 1903, said Lars, lighting a cigarette. He was an infant. I swiped his birth certificate from the Hall of Records, and just like that, I was him. How fitting that your first name is now Reginald. Yes, I thought of that when I took the name. That was our grandfather's name. Lars set down his cigarette and smiled. Tell me, Loris, how are things back in England? Dull. Dull? Yes, quite dull. And your daughter, Elizabeth, how is she? She's 9 now. I took a photograph from my billfold. She attends the Riddlesworth School in Thetford. I handed the picture to Lars. He winced. Then he quickly smiled. Yes, there can be no doubt that Sir Donald Badminton was her real father, I said, taking back the photograph. She looks just like him now. Yes, I noticed. 'Tis a pity the poor thing inherited such an unpleasant face, but she has his luck and tenacity. I imagine that'll take her far in life. Yes, as I recall, Sir Donald Badminton was quite lucky and tenacious, right up until the day he died in a hail of bullets. Oh, it seems just like yesterday that we were saying our goodbyes in France after the war. I never thought this much time would pass before we'd meet again. Yes, very strange how everything turned out. Are you happy here in Los Angeles? No. No? I always thought this was what I wanted to do, but I've grown weary doing it. You could always return to England as Reginald Westgate. You don't look anything like Sir Lars Harding anymore. Someone would know me. I like this office. It's very, sinister looking, just like you'd see in a Hollywood movie. Are you keeping busy? Doing civil and criminal investigations? Not really, but unlike the other gumshoes in this city, I don't have to live hand to mouth. No one knows I'm secretly a dead millionaire. Do you employ traditional Scotland Yard methods when solving cases, or do you shake the mango tree like Chota did? Chota? Oh, yes, I remember him. He was that private eye from India we knew long ago. Yes, he would shake the mango tree, as he called it. Right. Cause confusion and mayhem and see what became of it. Then he'd collect the mangoes as they gathered at his feet. I do that on occasion, but I mostly adhere to Chota's other method. Which other method was that? That private detectives might run afoul of the law at times, because penal code cannot always protect someone. Chota insisted, however, that one's motives for skirting the law must always be decent and noble. That's how I operate these days. Most of my clients are the poor and downtrodden, living east and south of here. Oh, they've no one else to turn to. Few can pay anything, so it's not even worth keeping books. In some ways, it's like the old days on Haymarket Street. I require only a smile for payment. Do you still enjoy chasing and beating up scofflaws? I asked, taking out my pipe. These days, Loris, I only hurt those who hurt others. There are times I consider faking my death and joining you here in Los Angeles. I've become a boring man again. This time, however, I'm a boring somebody instead of a boring nobody. Have you considered remarrying? You'd think I was Charles Boyer, the way women throw themselves at me. I ignore these sultry advances because, I understand better than most what it means to be lucky in life, yet so unfortunate in love. Speaking of wives, how's mine? She remarried? Yes, I believe she's Lady Telford now. I see her picture in the social pages often, attending one extravaganza or another. She appears to be quite happy. I don't blame her for remarrying. I'm dead. I lighted my pipe and tossed the match. You know, Lars, sitting here tonight reminds me of the old days. I keep thinking we'll see Fergus Kerr walk in. I haven't thought of that old bugger in ages. I attended his funeral. Barney Smith was there. We spoke for a bit. That's when I learnt about your wife marrying Sir Malcolm Telford. Smith also mentioned that they named a street after you. Oh, where? Near Golden Square. I went there and had a look. There was a plaque on the wall and a bronze relief of your face. Very nice. They even named a room for you at the Athenaeum Club. I'm told your old chair is there and no one is allowed to sit in it. It's roped off or something. Haven't you seen it? No, I haven't been inside the Athenaeum Club in years. I guess neither have I. I wasn't sure you'd be here this late. I took a chance coming tonight. Normally I'd be gone by now. Are you working on a case? No, I just didn't feel like going home tonight. Some evenings I just sit here and watch the lights dance across the walls and listen to the cars whiz by below. I finished my drink. Lars lifted the bottle. No, I said, one's my limit these days. Lars topped off his glass and corked the bottle. I might start a new case tomorrow, he said, putting the bottle away. Oh? Someone telephoned me this afternoon to inquire about my services. He said I came highly recommended, but wouldn't tell me by whom. What's this potential client asking you to do? He didn't say. He wants to meet tomorrow morning before discussing any details. Oh, I'm sure it'll be the usual blackmail thing. It's always blackmail with the wealthy and well-known types. Is this man wealthy and well-known? He claims to be high up in the city government, but I never heard of him. Lars sat up. Loris, have you eaten yet? I just realized I haven't. No, and I'm quite hungry. Come, there's a coffee shop next door in the Madison Hotel. It's always open. Lars locked his private office door, and we left the Cahuenga building together. Everyone in the coffee shop knew Lars. They called him Reggie. He introduced me as Loris, his cousin from London.